Hello everybody, welcome to our BDM webinar presentation, which I hope it would be useful for all of us. The title of our BDM is Applying Online Applications in English as a Foreign Language Flipped Classroom. But before we start, let me introduce myself and my partner in this BDM. I am Yasser Salah Al-Imam. I'm a teacher and a supervisor of English as a second language in high school in Egypt. I have been teaching English for about 22 years, and this long period of time made me aware of some of the problems that the teachers may face inside classroom. And in our BDM, I try to put some solutions for these problems. Thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome to our webinar presentation. As my colleague and partner Mr. Yasser said, this is a very important webinar presentation that we hope will be useful. But first I would like to present myself. I am Ayman Ismail Ahmed. I'm a teacher of English in Egyptian. I've been working as a teacher of English ever since 2000. And through this time, all over this time, as a teacher, I faced many problems. These problems are almost common in every community, similar to the Egyptian community. Most teachers face. That's why when we began to look for solutions, when we came here to Arizona State University, we began to find decide which webinar, which PDM we would like to choose. So we had to make calculations and find the best solutions for the most urgent problems we are facing. So we began to think, and we came out with the idea of flipped classroom. But why? Why flipped classrooms? The idea was that we had, as I said, too many problems. The most urgent problems, the most eminent problems most teachers face are the crowded classrooms, the lack of time. You never have enough time to finish your lessons or to go on with your curriculum, and the atmosphere inside class. Most students feel bored with classes, especially with academic learning. I'm not proud to say this, but our teaching English is just academic, purely academic. There is no experiments, no labs, no field trips in our places, so students get bored so easily. So we decided to find a solution for this. The only solution was in order to save the time and effort of teachers, and in order to get students more engaged, is to get flipped classroom. Flipped classroom means students are going to work at home, and then the discussions and creativity is going to take place inside the classroom. This is the idea, and this hopefully will guarantee the saving time and saving effort. But it did not, and it does not guarantee that students are going to get engaged. It does not guarantee that students are going to enjoy the class. That's why we decided to get students engaged by telling them to use the internet applications like YouTube and Edmodo, which is a bit appealing to most students, especially in this range of age, because we are high school teachers, and students in this age are fond of online applications. That's why we decided to use internet to solve the problem of engagement, students' engagement, and use the idea of flipped classroom to solve the other problems teachers face. But as a starter, we're going to give you the objectives in the module, this 8-hour module we're going to give to our fellow teachers when we are back there in our communities. Firstly, we want our teachers, by the end of this module, our learners, who are especially our teachers, will be able to describe the elements of flipped classroom and list the benefits and the application of the flipped classroom idea, and generate interactive classroom discussions using online applications such as YouTube, such as Edmodo, Kahoot, or Quizlets, and use Edmodo and YouTube in a flipped classroom. Of course, the word, this expression, flipped classroom, was mentioned several times. Now, with my fellow companion, Mr. Yasser Imam is going to express and is going to explain more the idea and the use of flipped classroom.
Now, in our first session, we are going to deal with the flipped classroom and the importance of flipped classroom to solve many of the problems that the teachers face inside classroom. But before we start to talk about flipped classroom, we must at first know what is the meaning of flipped classroom. What does flipped classroom mean? Okay, flipped classroom is to flip or to reverse our traditional teaching methods. So it converts the traditional model of classroom. In our traditional classroom, the teacher is standing in front of the students who are passive listeners, and he is the source of information for the students, and he is giving lecture. But in flipped classroom, the teacher is just monitoring the process of education because he sent the videos and the material to the students before the class. And the students are going to stay at home studying this material. And then in classroom, it's time for discussion, time for collaboration, exercises, project-based learning, problem-based learning, discussion. So flipped classroom can help in the 4 C's, can help in creativity, can help in critical thinking, collaboration, communication inside classroom. So the homework that is supposed to be done at home, students are going to do it in class. And the lecture, which is supposed to be in class, will be at home. Okay? Sometimes people make a mistake when they say that flipped classroom is like blended learning. No, it's not like blended learning, because blended learning happened inside class and required face-to-face connection between the student and the teacher. It's just traditional teaching mixed with web-based content or online digital media. But in flipped classroom, the material is sent to the students outside class at home, and the student is going to study it, understand it before coming to class. So there is a difference between blended learning and flipped classroom. One of the most important advantages of flipped classroom appears in Bloom's taxonomy, because in Bloom's taxonomy we saw the levels of learning, and in our traditional model, according to Bloom's taxonomy, the teacher and the students inside classroom only concentrate on remembering and understanding. And sometimes they apply some of the exercises they deal with inside class. And the teacher leave the higher level of learning to students to do at home. And of course, most students don't do that. That's to say, most students can't apply or analyze or evaluate or create anything at home. So according to our traditional model, we neglect the higher levels of learning according to Bloom's taxonomy. But flipped classroom can give a solution to this problem, because before class, students already study and remember and understand the lecture or the material. And inside classroom, it's time to apply and analyze, evaluate, and it's time for creativity. Students can make creativity, evaluation, analyzing, so it can give a solution for the problem of Bloom's taxonomy and with higher levels of learning. So we can summarize the benefits of flipped classroom in some points. The first one, it's suitable for all speed learners. That if you are a fast learner, you can listen to the video at home once and then go on to another thing. But if you are a slow learner, you can watch the video many times. You can make pause or rewind the lecture or study the lectures many times so that you can come to the class and you understand the lecture very well. The second, it's concentrated on student-based learning and collaboration. So students at the center of the learning process, and this is very important in our modern education. Inside classroom also, students are participate in peer work, in group discussion, and in our active learning situations. And that is very important for students to generate collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. So it's also suitable for the class which have a large number of students because it consumes time of the teacher to concentrate on just activities, not explaining other things. One activity that we can make with our participants in this session is KWL chart. Before I start my session, I ask my colleagues what they know about flipped classroom. And after I give them the definition of flipped classroom, I'll ask them what they wanted to know. And at the end of our session, I'll ask them to write what they learned about flipped classroom. This is about what about flipped classroom. But there is something. The teacher must send a video to the students at home. So at first, the teacher must learn how to create a video, how to upload this video to the students. So in our second session, we are going to deal with this problem. We are going to deal with how the teacher can create his own video using YouTube.
Okay, now to the second session of our video. Of course, everybody all over the world knows YouTube. What you know about YouTube is a web-based site where we can watch videos. So, as my friend said, when I'm going to use a flipped classroom technique, I'm going to direct my students to watch a video on YouTube, for example, and you have millions of educational videos on YouTube. But the idea here is not just telling students to go to YouTube, because sometimes it's not safe to go to YouTube, because students could be distracted when they log onto YouTube, type the name of a video, and then there's a list of similar videos that could attract their attention and forget about the assignment given to them by the teacher. So first we thought about that, and we decided that it's easier to make teachers be able to make their own videos and upload them on YouTube. And of course, the idea that we should give them how to make a small YouTube channel, which is mainly made by their Gmail. So we're going to teach teachers in this session. We have about 2 hours in this session to teach teachers how to create their own Gmails, how to make these Gmails accessible, and get onto log onto YouTube, then upload a video they have already made, then direct students to this specific video for them to get feedback. So the idea is to teach teachers how to sign in to YouTube using their first names and step by step using these things until we get their Gmails, which already most people have Gmails because they already have their clouds with their cell phones. But they will have, they'll just be surprised to find this button, signing in. Whenever they sign in, they'll click on the Gmail account they have just created, and then they'll find themselves within inside a YouTube channel. This YouTube channel will find, they will find this small icon of a video camera telling them to upload it. We are going to ask teachers to just make a small video of about 1 minute, put this video on their laptops or cell phones, and you'll ask them just to upload this video onto YouTube as described in these sessions. Having done this, they're going to use this video they have uploaded to direct students to this. But how? This is the other part of the session.